Hi everyone, this is Purvangi. I am an NLP practitioner and the life coach. Welcome to this session of the personal freedom. Personal freedom is a freedom from your own thoughts and the emotions. It's but natural that we are humans and we are getting lots of dreadful, fearful, and the negative thought all the time because we are actually interpreting all the informations which we are getting from the outside world. And this session is basically based upon the NLP. This is the terminology which has been used for our five senses. This has been used when you are actually dealing with your process and how you are actually dealing with your process. Many people has a question in their mind that how can I get the thoughts, from where the thoughts are coming basically. But I'm here to tell you that our thoughts are coming from the outside world. Whatever we see, feel, and whatever we listen, those senses actually giving us the information from the outside world and we are interpreting it according to the informations or the knowledge we have. So I'm here to use certain NLP terms, and that's why it will be a very helpful to you to how you can use this practical information in your life on day-to-day basis. Also, it will be helpful to you to understand that how your senses are actually working and which senses can be handled by you, can be controlled by you, and that can be a very much helpful to you guys when you are getting with the negative and the unresourceful states. So first I would love to tell you here that everything whatever we do in our life, it comes from the thought process. It comes first in our mind as a visual picture, or maybe we listen some sound, or we have a certain kind of a feelings in our mind, or maybe in our heart. We feel something in our body, and then we are getting first into our mind, and then it comes into the actions. And hence I'm here to tell you that we have five senses. The five senses are basically: first is the visual, second is audio, third is smell, fourth one is taste, and fifth one is the touch. These five senses basically giving you the information about the outside world. When you are actually interpreting, when you are getting some details, your conscious and unconscious, we have a two minds which actually bifurcate certain things. And our conscious mind basically do all the reasoning part, all the logical part, all the minus, your deleting and distortion part would be done through your conscious mind. But your unconscious mind basically gives you the information about your wisdom, your creativity, your solutions to your problems, and also unconscious mind is giving you the serenity or the happiness in your life. We have so many things in our life, and which is, some of things are not according to the requirement which we want in our life, but some of the things are actually through our mind. Our mindset is certainly built up in such a way that we have hedonic adaptations. We have any hedonic adaptations, like I can say, if somebody telling you that you are not enough intelligent, or maybe somebody has told you in your childhood that you are not a good sports person, or your immunity system is not so well built up. So you have that particular thought, that limited thought in your mind, and it has already been installed in your mind, and your mind is conditioned to accept the hedonic adaptations, which is we adapting certain things even we don't know we are adapting it. So we have to condition our mind, and whatever we do in our life, we are always absorbed, we are always into our trance level of our thought process, be it in a past thought process or be it in a future thought process, but we are always into the trance level. Now many people are actually directly talking to their unconscious mind through hypnosis, but that hypnosis system is always not workable. We all are into hypnosis system all the time, as I told, that we are actually absorbed ourselves in some of the thoughts of our past or maybe in future, and hence we actually deal with our lots of thought process, the negativity, the unresourceful states of mind, and that's why we just wanted to free ourselves from those kind of thoughts and the emotions which we are getting on a daily basis. Now, as I told you that we have a two mind, one is a conscious and another one is an unconscious mind. The unconscious mind actually not dealing with any kind of a reasoning part, but it deals with the hunches and intuitions part. It deals with the creativity and the wisdom part. Same way, your conscious mind is actually deleting and distorting all the informations which you are getting from the outside world. Now, how you can use your senses? Your senses has five senses, as I told. But apart from that, you are expressing any of your feelings through your quality of the images, sound, and as well as your feelings. Through your qualities of the sound, images, and feelings, you actually build your submodalities, which is we call in NLP terms as a submodalities. And all human beings are actually dealing with our submodalities, and whatever we have inside, it comes from that submodalities. So now I always tell the people that if you want to change something in your life, don't change outside world, change yourself first. You wanted to deal with your fatty figure, you wanted to deal with your financial situations, you wanted to deal with your personal life or your relationship life, then you have to deal first of all with yourself. You have to understand that what goes on inside. If you are having a personality disorder issue, or you maybe have an inferiority complex problem, or maybe you are a fearful person, then you have to deal with your thought process and emotion process inside first, rather you are working outside world. And hence in this session I'm going to tell to you about the two important practical things which is going on in our life, and we are always dealing with that particular feel good factor. Also we are dealing with always we are coming out with the bad feelings. So what you can do here is I'm going to give you the practical exercise which can help you a lot in your life, and you can also deal with your personal freedom part through yourself only. Just use it on a daily basis. If you're just listening this video and not applying this practical things, then it won't help you much. But yes, I'm more interested that if you can apply only just for 10 minutes a day, just spend 10 minutes for yourself in a day, you find a good change in your life in just 21 days. Because whatever the habits we installed in our mind, it takes only 21 days to become a behavior or maybe a habit. And good habits is always giving you a good behavior, and when you are behaving well, you are a good personality, you have a good personality, and the people actually admire you for your own personality. So I'm here to deal with you the two important part. The part one is about the feel good factor, and the part two is deal with your bad feeling system. So this two important part, before I'm going for the practical information, I would love to tell you that you are associating and disassociating with your feelings. Now how? Association with your feelings, when just imagine yourself that you are into your good time, or maybe you are feeling good factor about yourself. When you look at the image, maybe you are at some of the good birthday party, or maybe imagine yourself that you had a good dinner with your spouse or with your beloved one. When you see that image, and that image is actually deal with yourself. If you are looking yourself in that image, that means you are disassociated with that image. But when you see that image but you are not finding yourself, you don't see yourself, that means you are associate with that image. And hence it is too important for us to understand that which kind of a visualization process which we do in our life on a day-to-day basis. We do all the time, all visualization process is always going on with us, because it's a thought process and it's an emotional process which we deal all the time. As we visualize sometimes that while you are driving, and if you are going to meet someone who is basically a very important meeting for you, or maybe a very good client for you, or maybe a very important meetings for, or the presentation for you, you are visualizing that picture in your mind, and you see to yourself that how you are dealing with that. When you are associating those images, you will be able to understand your feelings. Same way, your emotions are also equivalently gives you the quality of the feelings through that image and through that sound. So when you are feeling something, be it bad or be it good, but when you are feeling something, it comes from the five senses, and you are interpreting it, or you are actually expressing it through your quality of the image and the sound you are getting, you are listening, or you are feeling. So now the feelings are basically actually spinning all the times in your body. Feelings are spinning how it's spinning. So it may spin like the upper side, or maybe it spin like a lower side. But it always our emotions are spinning in some way. If somebody is telling me that I'm frustrated, I never ask that why are you feel frustrated, but I'm asking where do you feel frustration? Where do you feel that frustration in your body? How is your breath that time? How is the quality of your imagination that time? How is the quality of the sound? What the sound you can get it, whether it be it a loud or be it a quiet? What kind of a sound you listen inside your body? Same way, I'm actually giving you the example here that when you watch some scary movie, or maybe some movie which is an action or thriller kind of a movie, do you feel that fear inside whole of your body and your goosebumps are there? Yes, we all have that. Why we feel that? We feel that emotions inside our body and it spins all the time. When it's spinning, actually, our body reacts, and our body reacts in different way. Be it our blood pressure is high, or maybe we have a perspiration, we have a goosebumps, or maybe we have we find ourselves to be a little lower into our breathings and all. So that body actually reacting your emotions. So this is how our emotional spinning is going on inside our body. So whenever you feel not good about anything, whenever you have unresourceful state of mind, or maybe when you are into a fearful state of mind, think of your emotions. Where do you feel your emotions? Do you feel something in your stomach? Do you feel something in your heart? Or maybe do you feel something in your head? Where do you feel? Where your emotions are actually moving on and where it goes? When you just deliberately giving the focused, when you concentrate on that emotions, you find yourself that yes, that emotions is lies within you, because there is nothing outside wall, everything is inside. Whatever you feel, be it a bad or good, we are just labeling it. When we label it, that means we actually find that emotions in ourselves. And when we have that emotions in ourselves, we find that okay, that emotions is not appropriate. And when it is actually opposing to your thought process, if you wanted to feel good but when you have emotions of feeling bad, that means you are opposing your thought process. So same way, this practical information gives you a feel good factor. The first exercise which you can do with yourself is a feel good. Feel good in any situations, because I would love to tell you a little bit on your face that no situations, no people, or no circumstances, nothing outside world is in your control. But whatever the thought process, emotions, or any kind of things which you feel good about it, it is within yourself. So do one thing, when you are listening this video, I would love that you are just sitting quietly, close your eyes. Think of the past. Go into your past and think of the good time you had. Felt that time. Feel that particular situation, that how was that situation? Be it anything, whether you are at the seaside beach, or maybe you are sitting with some loved ones, or maybe you are having a great presentation, or maybe you had done a good job with your most critical and the toughest part of your life. Just sit inside, just feel good factor about it. Feel about that emotions. When you feel good, when you're having that feeling, just do a vivid detailing about that situation. What was the sound you sound that time? Be it a loud or be it a light? Or do you have some colors or some pictures or some good images you have in front of you? If you have that brighter pictures, then make it a big picture. Make a big picture. When you do a big picture, actually you keep yourself involving into that situation. Listen, try to listen that voice, be it inside your voice or maybe somebody else's voice. Just try to listen that voice and feel good about that. Close your eyes and do that practice in your life. When you feel good, make a smaller picture. If you're having a smaller picture, make it a big picture, and then make it as a bright picture. When you are making a bright picture, you will be feeling more and more good about it. Feel that emotions inside. Feel that emotions, that where it goes, where it comes from, that emotions. How do you feel that emotions? Do you really feel like a smiling? Do smile. Do you really feel like a laugh? Do laugh. When you do that, you actually feel good factor from inside. Now, after doing that feeling good factor, when you are experiencing that feel good factor inside, put that imaging into your future circumstances from where you actually want that feel good factor. In future, where you want that feel good factor. And when you are putting that picture, make it a brighter picture, make it a brighter colors, make it a big picture, and then feel good about that. When you are feeling good about it, you actually overwhelmed, or maybe you surprised that why you are so much happy with, there is nothing right now happening with you, and still you are feeling good. So that's the reason. When you are having a bad feelings, or maybe when you are into the unresourceful state, or maybe you are actually annoyed by someone, or maybe you are not happy with your life, do that feel good factor exercise. What you can else do is, you just sit in front of the mirror. Yes. Or maybe you can stand by. Just look at your eyes, face your face, and then look at yourself and command your mind that what do you want in your life. You want to be a happy? Say yourself this. I am always telling to myself before I do any webinar or my session, I am always telling and I'm commanding myself, Purvangi, you are a great orator. Purvangi, you are a very successful author and a very successful entrepreneur. While I'm dealing with this situation, I'm actually feeling that emotions. Unless I'm not feeling that strong emotions, I'm not moving myself from that mirror. This is we call a mirroring image, and this will help you a lot in your life. When you are having a state of mind which is on a negative side, do it. When you are facing the lack of confidence, because whatever you feel inside, you are getting the people outside the same way. If you are feeling a lack of confidence, or maybe you have an inferiority complex problem, or maybe you have a personality problem, you are actually dealing with the same kind of a people outside world. Because whatever you interpret about yourself inside, it comes, it reflects in your personality, it reflects by your body. As I said that when you are looking at the scary picture, you actually have a goosebumps, and that's what the reflections of our emotions. Now the part two. The part two is about free from your bad feelings. Yes, we are working with outside wall, and we deal with lots of people. We have a different mindset people. We have a different people from outside wall, and those are maybe sometimes irritates you. They annoyed you, or maybe they are not dealing with you a right way, and you feel bad about them. You feel that that person is not good for me, and you are always complaining to the third person, or maybe you are suppressing your feelings, but you should not. I'm here to give you, there is a very good practical thing which you can do. When somebody annoys you, or maybe somebody irritates you, what you can do is just sit for a while. Imagine that particular situation when somebody has shouted at you, or maybe irritates you. Look at his face. Just for a while, look at his face. Listen his voice. How he sounds to you. When you look at his face, just make a little smaller picture. If you are having a big picture in your visualization process, make it a smaller black and white picture. Now, when you make it a black and white picture, put a clown's nose on his face. When you have his a clown's nose on his face, and when you sound his voice as if like Donald Duck voice, or maybe some Mickey voice, or maybe Sylvester's cat's voice, then you find yourself that okay, that person is much easier, and you are just feeling good factor about him. By dealing this practical information, what you can do is, basically you are dealing with your confidence. You are getting more confidence about that situation, about that person, that you deal with that person confidently and with a positive way. Even also you can express whatever the feelings you have, and you are expressing very right way with the right words to the right person, rather than you are doing the backbiting, you are complaining to the third other persons. you are giving you the negative energy outside your through your thoughts and the emotions to the outside world or maybe the universe. Rather, you are putting your points to the right person, and that will help you a lot, and that will gives you a good emotions about yourself. So what you can do is, when you feel bad about somebody else, you cannot change anyone, but you can change your feelings. You can change your own thoughts, and to change your own thoughts, you have to focus on your imagined part. When you imagine him as a with the clown's nose and with the sound of the Sylvester's cats, or maybe you have a Mickey Mouse voice or the Donald Duck voice, you feel good about it. You feel confident about that situation, and it your irritation vanished, and you feel positive. That because you deal with your own emotions, you now understands that you can't change someone, but yes, you can change your emotions, and it's in your hand. So this is a session which I have dealt with the two parts of my important informations of the personal freedom. One is the feel good factor, and the another one is feel free from your bad feelings. I hope that you enjoyed this session. If you have any questions related to this, you can write me on my email ID purvangi224@gmail.com. And also, I would love to share with you another more sessions about the personal freedom based on the NLP terms. And if you have any questions, you can always put me on my Facebook, on my Instagram, which is I'm here. I'm going to share you here, and you can also follow my all other sessions on YouTube channel. Thank you so much, and you can also click on the subscribe channel button. Just click on the bell button, and you can get all my information, so all new sessions about the personal freedom. Thank you so much, and it's really nice talking to you here. Have a great day and have a great life ahead. Thank you so much. Bye. Hi everyone, this is Purvangi. I am an NLP practitioner